Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. And if you watch my videos, you will know how much I love this country. I love Germany so much. I love living here, but Germany is definitely not for everyone. In this video today, I have put together a list of things that some people may really struggle with in regards to living in Germany and life here. And please just take this video with a grain of salt. Obviously, some of these things, you know, if you move here, you will most likely get used to them, but if you're a person that doesn't like these things at all, can't handle these things, then Germany is probably not the country for you. Okay guys, so point number one, you probably should not live in Germany if you are a person who is offended very easily by small things and you can't take any form of criticism. Because in Germany, oh my goodness guys, people tell you exactly what they think, and for me, as I've talked about in previous videos, this was really tough to deal with at the beginning. I'm so used to it now, I don't even really notice it anymore. If you break a rule in Germany, any kind of rule, no matter what it is, a German person will have no problem coming to you and telling you exactly what you have done wrong. Just say you jaywalk across the road in Germany, which is a huge no-no, then somebody will come and tell you that you should not do that. And you know, in New Zealand, where I'm from, people really hold back. You know, they'll think something but they don't really come forward and tell you what they think. In Germany, it's a little bit different. If someone doesn't like what you're doing, they will tell you. They won't have any problem doing that, and the problem will be solved, and then you can just move on. In New Zealand, I feel like people hold on to things, and you know, they're not prepared to tell you what they think. And also, if you ask a German a question, be prepared to get a brutally honest answer. And I know I've talked about this time and time again in my videos, but it is so true guys. Do not ask a German a question if you do not want to get an honest answer. For example, just say, like, my husband, if I ask him how I look in an outfit, he will tell me exactly how he thinks I look. If he thinks I look good, he would tell me, and that's a genuine compliment. But if he thinks that the colour doesn't suit me, he'll tell me straight away the colour doesn't suit you. Also, if I ask my husband, do you think I've put on a little bit of weight? He will say, yeah, I think you have, if he honestly thinks I've put on a bit of weight. And normally, like in New Zealand, gosh, you would never say that to a female. Even if you think they've put on weight and they've asked you that question, you would lie and say, no, you look great, or something like that. He is not meaning to offend me, he just thinks that I want his honest opinion. And by him giving me his honest opinion, then that's helping me. This took me a while to get used to. Right now, I actually love it because I know where I stand. I know that if I ask a German a question, they're going to give me an honest answer. And there's no beating around the bush. There's no wasting your time. They just get straight to the point. And I think that's really cool. Okay, guys, so point number two. You should not live in Germany if you are a person who cannot handle the heat. And this probably sounds like a really weird thing to say because Germany is not really thought of as a hot country, like a hot climate. Right now it is the end of June and we are experiencing a huge heat wave. So we've had between 30 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius all week, and it's meant to get up to almost 40 degrees Celsius by the end of next week. And so guys, it has been so hot. The problem with having these really hot days is that there is hardly any air conditioning in Germany. Honestly, like, there are some shops that are air conditioned, but most shops are actually not. And most German homes, even the new homes, they do not have air conditioning. And I've talked to several Germans who have said that when they were growing up in Germany, it was not this hot, and Germany didn't really need air conditioning. Due to climate change, the temperatures in Germany are just rising, and Germany just doesn't seem to be prepared for these high temperatures. And yeah, it can be really hot in summertime. And thankfully, we live really close to a river where the kids can go swimming. We live close to the swimming pool. We live close to lakes. So summer in Germany, it is definitely bearable when you are close to water. I actually love summer in Germany because we are close to water and we can cool off, except a lot of areas of Germany are not close to water, and I think that would be really hard without the air conditioning, and you just have to sweat through the summer. Okay guys, so point number three, you should probably not live in Germany if you are a person who is very much affected affected by the weather. So some people, they suffer from seasonal depression and that kind of thing. So when it's really grey and like the winters are really long and that kind of thing, then some people get really down and they get into this big like slump, and they need like sunshine and blue sky to be happy. It really affects them. I do struggle with the German winters. They can be very long, they can be very dark, and it sometimes feels like there's no end to the German winters. And so I've heard a lot of people get really down in Germany during the winter time, and I can kind of understand why. In New Zealand during winter time, we have a lot of sunshine and blue sky, and you know, it does get grey. There are days where it's really grey, but there's definitely more blue sky and sunshine in New Zealand during the winter time. There's definitely things you can do that can really help you out when you're feeling really down due to the weather. I've heard in Germany a lot of people buy these special types of lamps that really help, and they bring sunlight, and they are meant to be really good for your mental health during winter. That's definitely an option. Like for me, what gets me through the German winter is the festive season of Christmas, and you know, the Christmas markets and that kind of thing. I absolutely love that time of year in Germany. So there's definitely a lot of aspects of the German winter that I love. I just struggle with, you know, the long dark winters. Okay guys, so point number 4, you should not live in Germany if you are not prepared to learn the German language. I cannot stress enough about this point, because I know that a lot of English speakers will come to Germany and they will be amazed at how wonderfully everybody can speak English. So many Germans speak such good English. This totally blew my mind when I first came to Germany. I was not expecting it at all. And for this reason, a lot of native English speakers can get super lazy, feel like they don't need to learn the German language at all, and they get by speaking English because most people will understand them. The older generation in Germany, like over 50, not all of them speak English, but the majority of the younger generation speak some level of English, whether it be just basic English or just really fluent English. And people want to speak to you in English, they want to practice their English. This works really well for a while, but honestly there's only so far you can go speaking English, because in Germany, obviously the language is German. It's okay if you're on holiday and that kind of thing, but if you actually are living in Germany, it is so important to learn the German language. Germans will have so much more respect for you if you attempt to speak German, even if you're not amazing at German. If you are making the effort to speak German, then Germans will be so patient and so sweet and so kind. Well, that's been my experience here in Germany anyway. When I first moved to Germany and I went to German language school, I met an American guy who had been living in Germany for over 6 years, and he could barely string together a single German sentence, and that just blew my mind. He just somehow got by speaking English to everybody here in Germany for all of those years, and you know, good on him for finally making the step to learn German, but it took him long enough. So guys, you know, I just want to say, please make the effort to learn German. Don't just rely on English, because I hate to say it, but I think it's a sign of ignorance if somebody has been living in Germany for a certain amount of years and they don't attempt to learn German. It doesn't matter how well you can speak German. If you are seen to be making the effort, then that is the main thing. People will totally respect you for that, and I think it's really important to attempt to learn the language of the country that you are living in. Okay guys, last but not least, number 5, you should not live in Germany if you do not like to celebrate. Some people absolutely hate to party and to celebrate, but Germans love it. Germans celebrate everything, every single occasion. You know, they always find an excuse to celebrate. So here in Germany, there are so many festivals, wine festivals, beer festivals, obviously Oktoberfest. Germans love to get crazy. Germans love to get dressed up for festival. We have Fasching, which is like a huge celebration of spring, and Germans get dressed up from head to toe in these crazy costumes. You know, kids, teenagers, adults, you know, elderly, everyone gets dressed up and they parade through the streets. They have a big carnival, and in summertime there is just always something going on. There's always a, you know, a wine fest, a beer fest, and there's just always something to do. do. Germans love that kind of sense of community where everybody gets together and like parties and celebrates together, and I think that is so cool. I love that. And guys, it's not just in the big cities where Germans love to party and celebrate, it's also in the little villages. We live in a little wine village in Lower Franconia. We have the best wine fest in our little village. People come from all over to celebrate and to party and to drink wine and beer and try all different foods, and it's just so much fun. Even just last week, my family and I went to meet up with some friends in a little town close by to us, and that town was having their annual wine festival. There was a carousel, there was all of this amazing traditional German food, there was a band playing, and everybody was just getting so into it, and we just had such a fun time. And you don't have to spend a lot of money, you just can like walk around and enjoy the atmosphere and get a bite to eat, and it's just such a cool thing to do in Germany. So if you are not into festivals and celebrations and that kind of thing, Germany is definitely not the country for you, but if you enjoy that kind of thing, you will love Germany. Okay guys, that's all I've got for this video. It was just a fun, light-hearted video, and I'm definitely not saying you should not live in Germany if you do not like these things. Obviously, these are things you could definitely get used to, because if you're an open-minded person, then, you know, maybe these things will grow on you like they did with me. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to subscribe to my channel. I know that over 80% of people who watch my videos are actually not subscribed, so if you would subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I post lots of photos of my life here in Germany, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!